Okay, so this is the R10 ROTOR radar bunker going through the front entrance. We can see we've got some artwork here, and then off to the right there we've got some signage, and then we're going to go through into the shower room, which is to the left, following exit through the rear of the reception room. We've got a couple of showers in here, as you can see. Okay, and then we're going back into the corridor behind the reception room, and on the other side of the corridor is the entrance to the kitchen. Some pretty good nick, fantastic views, and you can see there we've got the water heater, and then various cupboards, extractor fan unit, and we've got some fairly bad paint coming off the roof there, the ceiling. And if we head over here, we're back out the door, and then we're heading, the main bunker's ahead of us, but if we look to the left, we've got the toilet area with water heater again, and if we look to the right, we've now got the bath, and beyond that a toilet as well, in some lovely off yellow paint schemes. Okay, now we're heading up into the main bunker proper. We've got some fire equipment on our left. We've got a little bit more artwork, and then we're transitioning up the stairs. We've got some damage to the windows on our left in a minute. We've also got some switchgear on our right. Yes, we've got a broken window here. Looks like a notice board, no notices on there though, and then some, I think that's some alarm system equipment. And in front of us we can see a door out, and then off to our right there's another room, and there's a picture here. Some more close-ups of the alarm equipment, and we can see the main doors on the left there, which go into the central spine corridor, and we've got various switches on the left and right hand side. If we then move forward, we can see there's some remains of the art team that were here earlier, and then off to the right we've got a double doors, and then that's an external entrance, and there's actually a concrete bridge over a gully there to the outside, all slatted up now. Off to the left you can see the main spine corridor through two sets of double doors, but we'll keep in this corridor for the moment, and then we'll head forwards, and then we're going to have a quick look to the right in a moment, and we can see some signage on one of the doors here, which talks about RAF Benbecula as a contact point, and we'll put a photograph in the film at this point. And then we move through this set of doors into this room here, which we've identified as the key room, because it's got, surprise surprise, a board which would have held keys on it, so possibly that entrance we've just spotted may well have been the original main entrance, and this was some form of facility for distributing keys to the bunker. And a bit more of the artwork there, and then as we go out again, you can see some more of that in great detail. Okay, now we're going to head towards the main spine corridor. We can see we've got two sets of double doors going through here. Quite a lot of verdigris and damage to the floor, and also a lot of paint peeling off the ceiling. If we look off to our left now, or maybe not, going to the right, we've got some form of plant room, and we'll post a picture of this as well. Okay, and again we've got the corridor and some warning signs there. Then off to the left here, opposite the plant room, we've got some form of switchgear in this room. Again, no natural light in the room, but we can see the photographs which we've included to the side of the video here. There's still some signage on the walls in this room, and we've also still got some warning signs in there as well. Okay, if we come out of the room again, you can see again you've got the substantial paint degradation, and then got a quick look in what is what I've called the laundry room, but absolutely no real view of what this room is for. Again, lots of some damage there. Looks like some of those cabinets have been forced, and quite poor condition with paint and on the floor as well. A lot of water ingress on this side of the bunker as well in all the rooms. And again, we can see the carpet's quite mouldy underfoot, and then just down this secondary corridor here, which has two rooms here. One has got a drying room sign still on the door. Both are windowless and quite small. It looks like they've been used for storage at some point. The second door here doesn't have any signage on it, and we can look inside this one, and we can see that there's very little of interest in there. Just a small room with some form of ventilator on the front of it. And if we swing out again, we're going to go back into that corridor. Nothing on the back of the door there except that metal vent. Same for the other one to the right. And then into this room here, no real understanding of what's in here. A couple of large lights. There are some patterns on the floor, some tape markings, which are difficult to see in the video, but possibly indicating where machinery once stood. And then we've got the main ops room, which we can look into here. Lots of the 2 or 3 of the wooden floor panels are up in this room with a large void space beneath, so we didn't go into this room in any detail. And then we've got various tool boards, 2 tool boards on this corner with the old tool silhouettes there, and then the largest room in the bunker, another entrance exit over on the far side, and an external doorway off to the right as well. And again, there's a picture of this room which will show you from the other angle, from the other doorway. And again, we've got some voids there. Okay, so we're going to back out to the main ops room in a moment, and then we're going to swing around back into the corridor, which has the drying rooms in it. See some details of the wall there, and we've also got, I think, the fire hydrants or the fire extinguisher point there with the writing still on the wall. And then we head back out, and we're now in the main spine corridor again. And then this is another room where we've got another large room opposite the ops room. We've got water ingress in here. We've got various containers with the water. If we go over to the left hand side here, we can see we've got actually what looks like a shaving point, and also effectively a bedside lamp. If we then look around, we've got a number of these in the room. I think in total it's 4 per side, and that indicates that it's more than likely a dormitory. We've also got some curtains still on the walls over there by the windows, and it looks like in total we could have 8 beds in this room. We've also got a very small paper signage, which is over on the far wall, which we're going to walk over to in a minute, and that's on that grey window surround there in the centre, and actually that talks about taking off your outdoor shoes and not bringing them into this room. So again, indicative that this was a room for living in and sleeping in. Okay, so we're now exiting the dormitory area, and we're going to head up the corridor again. Bit of dodgy flooring there, but fairly solid. And then we've got some warning signs on this door, and this is a double door going back into the ops room. And you can see the exit door to the outside in the shot there. And then we've got some sort of electrical or electronic frame straight in front of us there. Not clear what that is. And in the background you can see one of the floor panels is raised. And there is actually an underfloor space, and we did spot some steps going down there, but we didn't feel it was safe to enter this room. And you can see the toolboards in the distance, and here's a still shot of that room. Okay, so we're now exiting back into the corridor again, and we're now looking into again really quite a poor room in terms of water ingress. We've got a full barrel there of water, a lot of mildew and verdigris. We've got another cabinet there, some form of electrical or electronic equipment. We've got a toilet and we've got a bath that looks like it's been removed. And that open box there is actually a first aid cabinet. We've also got some first aid emergency information in this room, so making a presumption that some form of first aid post or minor medical facility. Then we go up the corridor a bit more, take a left through these double doors, and we have an adjoining room to where we've just been. We have a metal sliding door between the two. We've got another water bucket. We've also got a wide open window, and then we've got this switch gear here. So this window is open to the elements, but it seems to have some sort of metal surround or filler there, and possibly some form of weather protection, don't really know. And then we've got some electrical conduit holders, and then we've got a large frame which we saw from the other angle, and we're now looking at the other angle into the first aid room. And then over to the left here we've got a lot of high voltage switching. We've also got a big radiator there, some sort of fan or filter on the top left there, and we've also got a big glass fronted box of fuses, which we're going to come back I think and have a look at in a minute, or not. Okay, and now we're in the main corridor again. We actually retrieved this set of documents from the next room we'll see, which is in here. This room has had the flooring removed, and there's a room beyond that on the left. And then over to the right, there is more flooring removed, signage on the walls, and then there's a further room beyond that as well, with no flooring in either. So we didn't go into these rooms. I'm sure somebody more adventurous might want to, but we didn't pursue that. We did go over to the link cabinet there, and there's more documentation and manuals in the footwells as well, the floor wells as well. So this is what we call the link room, but that's just because of the manuals we found. And then we head down towards the end of the bunker. These are the double doors, and then we've got the exits to the bunker in front of us again, boarded up, and then that is the end of our trip round Erd Uig R10 ROTOR radar bunker.